butterfly in the sky.
Butterfly in the sky.
I can go twice as high.
Just take a look
It's in a book.
on Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow.
Hey, and welcome to the Drep and Stone podcast, a podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation. I'm Nick.
And I'm Kyle. Nick? Woo. Hey, man.
Hey.
How's it going?
Things are going really well. I recently made a rather large purchase.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, oh man, this whole summer, like I've been stressing out about like buying a new car.
Yeah.
And like we've talked about this before. I freaking hate that process.
It's not a fun process.
We just bought my wife a new car back in January, and so like it was one of those like I don't want to do it, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
And so I did it.
Right.
And
you glad you did it?
I am really glad I did it. I did not like the 3 or 4 weeks leading up to the purchase.
Yeah, because we do it very differently. As
we've talked about. But I found a dealership that was willing to work with me. That I kind of gave some parameters. I did all the negotiation through email, which was a fantastic experience.
Right.
And I didn't mind it, and I was happy with the purchase.
Got what you wanted?
I got what I wanted, and then some,
yeah.
which I enjoyed.
Good deal.
But did
you get the coffee off of it?
Yeah, I did. I did. So
side story that viewers don't need to know about.
Yeah, the coffee is off of the car.
Good deal.
Yeah,
Good deal.
I literally went home that day and then washed the whole thing. Yeah. So I should be good, hopefully for a couple years.
Another 20 years, however long you had that other car.
Yeah, just about.
Yep.
Which what is your experience right now?
With what?
Car.
I hate cars. Wish I could be somewhere where it didn't need it. I would be a life pedestrian if I could.
Good
cars. Yeah.
Cars. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah,
well, I'm glad you got one. Glad you got one you liked.
Yes, I do, and again,
all good things.
I just it's a necessary evil that I wish was unnecessary.
Well, and it goes back to that. What was that episode we did where it was like you're willing to deal with an issue till it becomes like just unbearable?
Yeah.
Whatever that concept was,
yeah.
like, it's like, and now you're way over here on this side. You're at the very beginning.
Right.
As long as nothing pops up, knock on wood.
Right. So I just,
hopefully you've got no issues for a long time to come.
Exactly.
You're good to go. It's all behind you. There you go. Hey man, you need a drink?
Sure, why not?
I got one.
What you got?
I got that other bottle that I picked up over in the UK.
Okay, what is it?
This is the Ledaig.
Ledaig, yeah.
But this is the 18-year-old.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because we've had Ledaig before.
Yes. I think it's a 10-year.
I think it was a 10. Yeah.
That's like their, bread and butter.
Right.
Core
range.
Core expression.
Yeah, there it is.
But this is part of their core range, the 18-year.
Okay.
And this was something like I've been wanting to get into older scotches.
Yes.
And with that age statement comes a hefty price with it. So I haven't really reached out and had too many of them. Certainly Lagavulin 16.
Yeah.
Obviously that's up there.
We've had Bunnahabhain 18.
Had Bunnahabhain 18.
Yeah.
We've had
Loch Lomond
18.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. Wanted to have some older scotches.
Sure.
Saw this one. Thought it was a good price.
And I'm going to say it's easier to have an older scotch than it is to have an older bourbon. Yes, you're still going to have price implications, but
they're not as extreme.
Correct. And an 18-year-old scotch is far more readily available than an 18-year-old bourbon.
Far more readily available, and for whatever reason, I've just got more faith in it at this point in time.
Likewise.
The older bourbons that I've had, I don't necessarily feel like the expressions are matching the maturation.
Correct. They're not dialed in.
Yeah, it's just more kind of it's older.
It's a shotgun, I think, approach of we don't know.
I guess my experience in watching Scotch reviews and things like that, an older Scotch can achieve that.
Correct.
Extra age can embody more interesting characteristics.
Well,
we're gonna find out.
I was gonna say let's hope that's the case.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah,
yeah. Because I mean, honestly, like I mean that Loch Lomond 18.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I don't really know that really had.
No, I think we both said like the
greater
12.
expression.
The 12 is better.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can tell you that the Bunnahabhain 18, it's good, but it's not as good as the 12.
Right.
You know, when you calculate price, you think about availability,
Right.
like go to the 12.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe not. We'll see.
Let's get into it.
This is another fresh crack.
Ooh, yeah. And a beautiful box too.
I know. I always say like they half of that price has to be the presentation of the box. Like this is incredible. A lot of information on here.
Yeah.
Colorful past, colorful whiskey. Wait a second. Colorful whiskey. Here on Mull, this is from the island Mull.
Yeah.
We celebrate creativity and are expressive in nature. Pronounced Ledaig.
Oh.
Ledaig. This is the 18-year-old expression of our peated single malts from Tobermory, the distillery.
Yeah.
Its powerful, smoky character draws its inspiration from our island's wild and dramatic landscape with its rugged and rich palette of colors. This Ledaig 18-year-old is an example of our expressive artistry.
Yeah.
Flavors of sweet and peppery smoke infused by the burning of peat from our rugged moors are balanced by a rich complexity born out of an ex-sherry cask finish. This single malt has hints of overripened apricots, toasted nuts, and sherry.
Can I ask you?
Cheers.
What accent is that?
Mate. That's my pirate accent. Mighty. Gotta say, maybe my favorite cork ever.
Yeah.
That's sexy.
It is.
I like that.
Oh, that was nice. It reminds me of the Bunnahabhain cork. Just, actually.
But plussed.
You were correct.
Feel it.
I know.
That's embossed.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, one, I don't think Bunnahabhain is wood. I want to say
plastic.
it's like, yeah.
It's plastic. And it actually, this cork seems to be like holding up.
But it's a deeper embossment.
Yeah. Pour it up. That's right. Thank you. Wow, just in the air, man.
A couple of lap dribbles on the
I saw it. I wasn't going to say anything until you did. Because I doused myself in Wrexham Lager earlier. On the nose, it is sherry. Sherry lady.
Yep, it's got that sherry influence for sure. Jammy.
Yeah, it's jammy, but it's also like that astringent jammy too. It's like jammy and then like a
Yeah, it didn't say it, but this is 46.3.
Okay. That's 92.6 for those of you who are, mathing.
Yeah. 92.6. Classic hits.
Ledaig.
Another pretty nose.
Oh yeah. And the malt is there, but it's subdued. It's just hiding under that like jammy note.
Sherry blanket.
It's very perfumey too. In a good way.
Yeah, totally. Fair enough. I want it on my palate.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Here we go.
Totally exactly what I expected.
Yep.
That's where the peat comes in.
Yep.
And it is like barbecue.
And the sherry doesn't go away.
Nope.
It stays right there with it.
Nope.
The whole time.
Wow. Yeah, I called it. That's exactly what I expected to happen. Like the peat was going to be prominent on the palate and whew.
Yep.
Which I'm fascinated by that because you think of like a peated whiskey and it's normally so prominent on the nose. And then it's almost reverse because then when you get to the palate, like you're hit with it initially and just kind of fades away. But this, like, yeah, it's vaguely there, but on the nose, but like palate, that's where it comes in.
Yeah, and it's never an Isla peat.
No,
it's never like heavy, chewy, charry peat.
Yeah,
it is just always there as an accent.
Yep,
throughout the whole sip. Like I said, the sherry. I think the sherry shines through the whole time, and I think that's kind of the more prominent note. The malty sweetness is more there on the palate, but then that smoke is just always kind of there, just kind of following it along like a shadow. But
it is very clearly, to me, it's very clearly a barbecue smoke. It's not Lefroy iodine, medicinal.
Right.
It's not, this like really charry Ardbeg. It's not that kind of peat. It's like, it's an old barbecue fire.
Yeah. I gave you a heavy pour. I apologize. But you go back to the nose now, and like the peat's already a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
bit crisper on the nose now.
You know, it reminds me, this is going to sound just left field. It reminds me of a burned apple pie in a good way.
Sure.
Like, I don't want a burned apple pie.
But it's got like caramelized,
Exactly.
like, yeah, little over toasted,
Pastry lattices. Yeah.
and then caramelized, jammy
Exactly.
notes on the side of the pan.
Like you left, because like, you know, I know it's possible to overcook an apple pie, obviously, but like you left the apple pie in the oven too long, so the pastry bit got charred, but the stuff on the inside still, you know, still fine.
But
it's
it
a
came
little
up
more-
and it bubbled over, and it got a
Exactly.
little like that bit of caramelization that's going to stick on your teeth.
100%.
Yeah, that's all there.
That is complex, man. I'm going to say, like, I don't think this is a difficult whiskey by any means, but I think it's a complex whiskey, and complex enough where I would be reticent to give it to someone who is, I don't know what I'm looking for.
Is not going to appreciate all that complexity. They'll go through it,
Yes.
and not.
You've got to earn this one.
Yeah,
I know how gatekeepy that sounds. I think you got to be ready for this one.
yeah. It's not gatekeepy. I know what you're saying, but I don't think it's that. It's just like, I want to know that you've got your palate attuned
You're ready for this.
to really enjoy this.
Right.
Not just like, let me try it,
Yeah.
shoot it,
Yeah.
cool. No, like really slow down.
Yes.
You're going to really be able to pull this apart.
Because I think this is also a whiskey that is a really nice combination of Islay and Highland style.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's got some of the peaty notes, obviously they're there, but it's got a lot of the really nice malty, and then you add that sherry nature.
Hebridean.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Which
the
normally,
islands.
yeah. Which, you know, normally
Blends
is
in
a
with
good
that.
blend of that.
Yep. Man, the aftertaste that I've got from it is like very, I don't want to go herbally,
Yeah.
but it's like almost vegetal.
Yes.
Like earthy's a good one, but not like soil in nature, but just more like just kind of vegetation
Yes.
in nature, which is kind of fun. Almost kind of like a cigar, like kind of aftertaste. That same kind of like, just kind of burnt leaf.
Yeah, like when I, yeah, like I don't know how other to describe it. Like when I normally say vegetal, it's almost like off flavors, but there's nothing off about it. It just tastes, but it's not. You're right. It's not earthy. It's like a vegetable medley. I don't.
I mean, very very similar in just like in the kind of like a cigar in that aftertaste of like, obviously like once you push past the smoke and everything, but just like that burnt leaf kind of a nature to it.
Yeah, it's the depth that's associated with that. Really good pickup.
Yeah, that one's I mean, you know the process of like you go over there, you see so many things that you don't have access to.
Right.
This experience for me personally, like in that moment, it was very kind of like I've got to get it done now. And I was in an area where I was able to go through like 3 different shops and kind of look around, but like I kind of had to make decisions like on the moment kind of a thing. Like I went to one shop and I was like, all right, there's 3 or 4 bottles that I would like to get here that are like in contention to buy. Like I'm not that I was going to buy 3 or 4 bottles. Like,
Right.
I would have liked to, but that was not my process. Didn't buy anything there initially, but I was like, okay, if we're going to be in this area for a little while, I'm going to keep this place in mind. I'll come back and get this.
Sure.
Which ended up being the Kilkerran. And then went to another shop. And at that shop, my wife found what she wanted, which was a gin. Got that. And I felt kind of obligated to buy something there. So it came down to this. They had some Ardent Americans that I was looking at. But just because you're over there and there's so much of everything that you can't get here that you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, and I've been in that experience. Like I want to do it all. I can't do it
Yeah, I
all.
would love to do it all.
Financially, weight wise, customs wise,
What I'm willing to carry around.
exactly.
Yeah.
I can't do all of it. So then, like, you become more discerning,
Yeah.
and I think it forces you to make decisions.
Yeah. We both watch enough YouTube whiskey and stuff like that. So like you've got a little bit of a list of like,
Yeah.
if I see something from here, I'd like to really try that. I'd like to have this experience. These all seem to be pretty widely accepted as like, yeah, no, these are good pours. So if I come across those, and in this trip specifically, for whatever reason, I was very much more of like, I kind of want a guaranteed thing,
Right.
over a yes. Let me try that expression from this thing, and I hope it's good.
Right.
And I think honestly, what's kind of done that to me was Ardbeg for us over the past year.
Yes.
Of, yep, this experimental thing was great. This experimental thing was not as great. Still really good, but just not knock your socks off. But I watched a few videos the night before, so I had a little bit of a running list in my head of like, if I see this, get it. If I see this, get it. And both of these bottles were on that list. And so when I saw this one and they had it for around what I thought it should be,
Yeah.
I was like, cool, let me try that.
I think that's the way to do it, especially with brands that you're not super familiar with.
Right.
You know, like, yes, you could go out and buy the, you know, some special Kilkerran bottles, buy some special Ledaig bottle. But if you've not had the original thing, maybe that's the right play.
Right.
And I say that also knowing like, no, I want special stuff too.
Yeah, because it can be.
Right.
It can be phenomenal.
Well, and that's the, I mean, I took a gamble with the Ardnamurchan, the Paul Lenoir. I had already known that Ardnamurchan is a fantastic Scotch. So I already was familiar with the brand.
Yep. I trust what you're doing.
Right. So like, but I took a gamble with that, and that is one of the best scotches I've ever had.
Yep.
And it's continued to be so, and I'm so sad that bottle's almost gone.
As a purchased out of a bottle, that's got to be it. Not something that was thieved out of a barrel.
Correct.
You know, just something that like, yeah, I found that on a shelf and I purchased it. Yeah, that's probably the best scotch.
And just again,
ever.
Just walked into a small shop in Inverness, Kilted Drammer was in there, and like, yeah, man, this is it. Cool, I'll take one of those.
Cool, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, and just paid off. Fantastic score, man. Such a good bottle.
Yeah. All right, so sitting here with a great pour.
Yeah.
What should we talk about?
So I was thinking about recently, you challenged yourself this year to read more books.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, like not, I mean, you are a reader, but to read more fiction, just to read more as a whole.
Yep.
And to do a little bit more writing.
Yep.
So I thought like we're going to head into the cooler months. People are going to
burrs.
Yeah, right.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. And that's where, you know, people tend to start to move indoors and they start to, you know, cuddle up with a good book. Things get a little cooler.
In other parts of the country, yeah, sure.
Yeah, not here in Florida.
Yep.
So it just got me thinking like
we'll be riding that 90s wave
easy into
3 months at least.
But it just got me thinking of like we should talk about books that we've read this year.
Oh, cool.
And enjoyed this year.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So every year, I keep a running list of books that I read.
Yep.
It's something that I've always done. I kind of have a goal in mind. Like I'd like to read 50 books in a year. Some years I shoot way over that. Some years I'm way under that.
Right.
But that's always kind of my like baseline goal. And I just want to, I keep a track of all the books that I read. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of talk about some of the highlights and things that we've enjoyed this year thus far.
Good idea.
You want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
It was something I started towards the end of last year, but have been doing. I did a really good job for like the first, I'd say like 4 or 5 months of the year. Summer kicked in and I got bogged down a little bit.
Yeah.
Haven't been doing as well. But yeah, no, still something that I still put emphasis on and still get to over the traveling that I just did. You know, those 9-hour flights, you know, good opportunity to get some good reading in. And I did.
Good.
Got like 5 or 6 chapters in a book done in some flights. So yeah, feeling good about it. Probably not, I don't think it was my biggest book, but like probably the most difficult book in terms of like, I just need to finish this thing.
Yep.
Was, The Overstory by Richard Powers.
The Overstory. What's it about?
It's a story.
Elevator pitch it.
It's about, I would say, about 10 different characters, their connection emotionally and in certain cases, like physically, to trees, their love of trees, and then how their stories all come together and coalesce about the importance of trees and their attempts to bring significance to them.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
I know.
Honestly, I picked it up because it was a Pulitzer Prize
Yeah.
winner.
I know when you were in this, like you were in it. Like
Yeah.
you're not struggling's not right, I don't think, but you were wading through it.
Well, it's the way that the book is written. Like it breaks down. The first chunk is all these different characters, their individual stories, and how they're connected to trees, and that's awesome.
That is cool.
That bit of it was very interesting. Honestly, like you could just stop there and just enjoy it as a collection of short stories about people and their connections to trees. Might be the way that I would recommend reading the book. Just end it right there. The next big chunk of it is how their stories begin to come together, and then eventually they kind of do, sort of. And then the last chunk is as they are connected, what kind of comes of that. I don't know. I genuinely did read it just because, like I said, it was a Pulitzer Prize winner a couple of years ago. I had seen it get a lot of praise and things like that, and just wanted to kind of challenge myself. I mean, it's a thicker book, a larger book that I've read, like
500 pages.
Yeah, a little over, and it was, I don't know, I didn't get out of it what I wanted to.
Sure.
Honestly, like what got me through it was just like buying other books that I wanted to read, and it was just like I had started it a couple of years ago and never finished it, and then like I'm gonna get through it this time. There's gonna be some payoff. I know it. There wasn't, unfortunately. Like honestly, like I got to the end of it, and I was just kind of like, okay, well, that's done. So luckily, like I got some other books that I wanted to read sooner. Yeah. That was able to I was finally able to push through it and get it done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's one of those things too. Like I went and watched a bunch of reviews on it and tried to see what did other people get out of it that really makes it one of their favorite books. And even listening to them, it's no, I got that too. But I don't know. It just didn't hit me as impactfully as I guess it did them.
I think I mentioned to you at some point, I read Underworld by Don DeLillo.
Crazy. I read Overstory.
I know. And I read Underworld.
Underworld. Wow.
And that is a book that's genuinely kind of touted as these are one of the books you should read if you were a reader.
Right.
I really love White Noise by Don DeLillo.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, let's do that. I read it with a work book club kind of group, and just again, same as you, 3/4 of the way through, I'm like, where are we going and why do I care?
Right.
And to be fair, a similar experience of I'm going to get through this because I have to. There's some stakes, there's something at stake here with this book group.
Right.
But why?
Yeah.
As someone who is an avid reader, as someone who also is deeply entrenched in that world, I am 100% not above being I'm out. This book just not grabbing me, I'm out.
Good for you.
And
and immediately jump into something else.
Oh yeah. I am to the point where I abandon, I'm not going to say all the time because usually I'm fairly good at picking things that I know that I'll like.
That's what scared me about not finishing that one.
Yeah.
Prior, when I didn't finish it, I don't think I read anything for a long time.
100% understand.
Yeah,
so
I was like,
agreed.
No, I need to finish this so that I can move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to do that. I don't want to be so off put by the task.
Yeah. Nope.
That I don't want to jump into the next thing.
And so for me, it's now become, and I used to be that way.
Yeah.
It's now become the exact opposite of, I don't want to read things that I'm not into.
Yeah.
And that's not to say I don't want to push myself, because I do. And I have read things, especially for book groups, or someone's hey, you got to read this. And I will read those things, even if I'm not 100% into it. But if it's something that I'm choosing, much like you chose this, if I get to 50 pages and I'm not feeling it, I'm not right now.
Right.
That doesn't mean that wholeheartedly I'll put off to the side and just say give up on it completely. I'll never come back to it. I always kind of put it off to the side of just not right now.
Right. I'll leave the door open for you.
Correct.
Might come back to you.
We'll leave the light on for you. Motel 8.
There you go.
Motel 6. Motel 8. Best Western.
Yeah. I stayed at Holiday Inn last night. Express.
But I'm just, I there's so many things that I want to read and get to that nah. If it's not jiving, I'm moving on.
Get out of there. It's so weird that reading attaches you that way. I'm not that way with watching stuff. I'll drop a thing, and just because of media the way it is today,
right?
You're so readily to jump into the next thing for whatever reason, though, reading feels different for me right now.
Yeah.
I'd love to hope and use you as an example of maybe one day I'll get out of that.
And I think you will. I think it's just like because you've recently got back into reading of this
Purposeful
sort.
reading, yeah.
Correct. That like you feel almost like you need to do that, maybe. And like again, I think it's
well,
also,
and I'm a completionist at heart.
well, yeah,
like deep down.
And likewise, but I think of like that was a habit I had to break of like, nope, just if you don't like it, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
I kind of think about it like a
it's just that fear of like, man, there's something in that last 10 pages.
yeah, but I think about it like
It's
a meal.
gonna make all
like a
of
meal.
this.
If I'm eating a meal and I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah, but a meal, you know what that last bite is going to do. It's going to be the same as the last 30. That book,
Same thing with the book. Nah,
those last 10 pages. Come on, man. You've seen it. You've read something.
Yeah, but listen. Okay.
What if this is it?
I see your point, but I can also tell you that because I know that there are really only like, let's be honest, 2 stories.
Well, and I will say, I'm sorry, finish your point.
Hero takes a journey, stranger comes to town.
Right.
Yeah, am I going to get something out of this? Maybe. But like, is slogging through 300 pages of something I don't care about worth it? To me, right now, no.
But it's because it had that damn sticker on it.
I understand.
I think I would have been more willing to if it wasn't that. But I was still like just bought in of like, nah, this has got acclaim. There's a reason. And
I want to
get that same reason that they all got.
I want to give everybody a recommendation of mine that I've recently gotten into, but I want to say this to just kind of to wrap that up because I want to move on to something that you've actually liked. Okay, too. There's a running joke in the literary sphere of books that everybody either claims to have read or has a copy of that they've never read. For a lot of people in the literary sphere, the running joke is everyone has a copy of Infinite Jest, but no one's actually read it. And this is not me touting or tooting my own horn, but having read it, I understand why, but I also get why everyone abandons it.
Yeah.
So like, if it's just not your thing, it's not your thing.
Drop it.
Move on.
Yep.
Find something else because you're going to get something. I'm not saying it's not like, eat your veggies kind of thing, but find something that you like.
I mean, I agree, but then, it's just that worry in me.
Oh yeah.
Of like, yeah, that first season of that thing sucked, but man,
maybe the second
when you got to third season, God, it took off and it was so good.
Sure.
There's just that worry.
Nah.
And I'm like, I'm already at this point. I'm already through season 1. I just need to get through the next season and I'm there. I'm to that great point.
All right.
It's just that worry that's out there. That fear.
Here's something for me that has become a recent like and has turned into a love. And I'm almost ashamed to admit it. And that's the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Have you heard of this at all?
I haven't.
And I don't blame you for not having heard of this. It is the nerdiest, just ridiculous thing. But for whatever reason, man, I am hook, line, and sinker. I am bought in. And the impetus of the story is, and it's
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Dungeon Crawler Carl. Not usually my thing. Carol heard a little bit of this in the car the other day because like it came up on CarPlay and whatever. And she was like, what in the holy hell are you listening to? And I was like, I can't even begin to describe it to you. I'm on the 3rd book right now and I'm listening to these. So to be fair, I'm not reading them. I'm listening to them. But the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, the idea is that there's an alien, like the universe and the galaxy as a whole kind of all conspires against different planets. And this one corporation has taken over Earth and they're using it for resources and like has collapsed all the buildings on Earth and has put all the people who didn't die in that collapse into a Dungeons and Dragons style dungeon. And so kind of like if you ever played Dungeons and Dragons or Doom or like old school Zelda where it's really all about the dungeons,
right?
That's kind of what it is. And so like you follow Carl and his cat named Princess Donut along their adventures in the dungeon and trying to make it out. And it's violent. It's the language is just, it's R-rated.
Frothy.
Oh yeah. And for whatever reason, man, I'm just like, yep, that's great. And I think it's because it's outside of my norm.
Sure.
That's why I'm like, yeah, sign me up.
Do you know, is it like, are these like contemporary?
They've all been released like it post 2020. Like I don't know exactly when. Like it started as like a web series kind of thing,
right.
And then like they were kind of combined into books, and now Seth MacFarlane's production company has the current rights to a TV series. I think it would be like a hard R kind of TV series if they did it.
Right.
It's good. I don't know. Like it's so outside of my norm.
Right.
That it's like it's an RPG kind of thing. Like, you know, you're leveling up, you're building your stats, and I find
is it gamified? Is it like within the thing of like,
yeah.
If I take this out, I get this amount of reward
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It reminds me of playing like something like Breath of the Wild, which is like adventure RPG,
right?
Where like if you have these clothes on, you can do this.
But like, I mean, I guess that makes sense of like, but it's almost like in reverse of like pop culture has gotten to a point where this is a thing,
yeah.
But now I want to take that thing and take it back and put it in a written format.
Yeah,
kind of an interesting thing.
It's good. And it's something that like again
not works in that medium. It should work in this medium also,
right? Not in my normal wheelhouse, but yeah. I recommend.
I mean,
it.
I'm one of those dudes that I watch people playing video games. Like,
sure,
I'm fine with that, and I get why it's entertaining.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not that generation that's like that, but that's just taking it back a step. Now you're gonna watch somebody playing a video game. It's the outcome of the video game, but it's in narrative form,
right?
And that's interesting. Yeah, that's cool.
And I think for me, like it helps that I am listening to it too.
You don't think it would be as engaging?
No, I think it would be. I'm just like. I was going to buy it and like I saw or I had a copy like in my Amazon or whatever, and then like I saw a version of
audiobook or whatever.
Audiobook, yeah, and I was like, okay, I'll try that, and like it just it's got me. I think that changes it a bit too.
Is it in like volumes?
They're different books. Yeah, I think there's currently 6 or maybe 7 books. I'm on the 3rd one.
How many are there? Do you know? Is it maxed out at this point at chapter 27? And you still got a ways to go?
Yeah, no, there are currently 7 of them. I don't know if the last one, which came out in this past November 7th, 2024, I don't know if that's the last one, but that is the last one that's been released.
It's always open for another one.
Maybe.
He thought he was at the final boss, but he wasn't.
You got another one?
Another book? Just book that I read?
Yeah.
A lot of what I've been reading, like I was intentional in trying to read a bunch of classics,
sure,
and things like that, and whatever that means. Like I just went to the classics section in my local Barnes and Noble, or actually Books A Million. I think was where I've been doing my shopping. Read The Alchemist.
Yeah, okay. Paulo Coelho.
There you go.
Yeah,
and that was a nice, easy read. Just a couple of days of plowing through that one. It's a nice like fable style. Story. I enjoy reads like that you can kind of breeze through the moral of the story is
right
type of a thing, just kind of some quandaries. But read Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey,
right,
and that one was actually like pretty interesting. Just like it's Matthew McConaughey's book. It's more or less kind of a biography of his life.
All right.
A lot of that in that book, man. Did you read it yet, or get into it?
No. You let me borrow it, but I haven't read it yet.
It is kind of like almost like journal style written. Like he adds in poems and different like little side bits here and there of just like kind of things. But it's very kind of just, you almost feel like you're reading a journal.
Yeah.
That one was also like really interesting, and I really enjoyed it. Just in terms of like, you know, I've read a lot of novels. I've read a lot of these kind of like classic stories, but haven't read a lot of biographies.
Sure.
Like that. So like that was a nice like change of pace in what I was reading, and you know, it just makes you talk like McConaughey. The more you're reading it, the more you're getting out of it, the more you're thinking about it, and it's all right.
That's pretty
but
good.
I do recommend it.
Yeah.
It was a good book.
A really popular book too.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's just like a good vibes dude, you know, so it's just kind of like fun vibing. Like his early life and how he got there it's everybody's story, and you can find yourself in that.
Right.
And just to see that how he got his shots and things like that are the same chances that anybody gets. Like it wasn't necessarily like a ordained thing of like this is going to happen, like there's these steps in line. Like it was just, you know, a bunch of luck, honestly, that kind of got him to where he was, and then just kind of what you do with it,
Right.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to read it for sure. How about you? What's something else?
A genre that I generally like is speculative fiction. And speculative fiction is not...
Didn't even know that was a genre.
Yeah, it is. Speculative fiction.
Okay.
It's not... I would say like it's in the science fiction realm. It's like... This is not science fiction like Blade Runner science fiction or Star Trek science fiction. This is science fiction that's close to us. This is science fiction that like could happen relatively soon. And there are two books in that genre recently that I read. And the first one is Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. And Parable of the Sower follows a girl who basically California is burning. It's set outside of LA, and like you have all this kind of political upheaval, and these people are trying to escape this upheaval, and she's traveling north to escape basically LA.
Right.
And it's set honestly in 2025, 2024, 2025, 2026. Like
when was it written?
80s, maybe mid to late 80s. Yeah. So it was written then, and it's about now, and it's really good. It's a tough read. There's a lot of violence in it. But it speaks, although it was written in the 80s, it speaks, or maybe it was written in the mid 90s. Don't quote me. I don't remember exactly when it was written. But it speaks to our time now and things that are happening now, climate issues and change and heat waves and all this, you know, environmental aspects. Then how does that impact humans? And it's so interesting to me. Another one in that same vein is called Prophet Song, and it's an Irish novel. It's set in Dublin by Paul Lynch. And it's basically like, how does a government takeover happen in a place as what we perceive to be as solid foundationally as like Ireland is. And Ireland, obviously, like, you know, every government has its problems, but like what happens in a society in which the government does take over, and it's set in modern, kind of this modern day perspective of a government undermines its people and starts to take over. And it's so interesting to me.
Yeah, totally.
And I think it's like that awareness, you know what I mean? Like, you know, these things, I don't think it's all doom and gloom, but like these things happen, and these things can happen.
For sure.
You know, and so it's like what we read fiction and we read books to the same reason why we engage in, I think, all media, to kind of like see these things and not experience them firsthand.
I just watched a movie.
Yeah.
A few hours ago. And like a line from that movie is like, I think about the horrible things that can happen so that I'm prepared to face them when I get to them, so I can solve the problem.
Exactly.
That sounds like that's exactly
yeah.
that.
And that's why I don't want to say like that's why I read fiction like that.
Right.
But like that's why those kinds of things exist. That's
right.
why movies like that exist.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like, you know, again, we don't want to experience that zombie apocalypse per se.
Right.
But like,
that's why I got a bunch of axes and canned food in my basement.
I wonder why that was
you know,
there.
That's,
That
just in case. I've got an answer to that problem.
Makes a lot of sense. I got another one for you.
What's that?
One that we've both read.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Looking for Alaska by John Green.
Yeah. We have both read that.
Yeah. And I read it recently. Like that was actually the last book I finished. And I really enjoyed it.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah, I did too. It moves you along.
Yep.
Doesn't ever get bogged down.
I think it's a good representation of the teenage high school perspective.
Especially for people of our age.
Correct. Absolutely.
You know, because it's what we went through.
Exactly.
And like you can read it and
the internet does
remember
exist.
your time. Yeah, it's kind of there.
Right.
Yeah. There's chat rooms.
Yeah, but
and
it doesn't,
Yahoo.
like, but it doesn't exist like the social internet doesn't exist like it does now.
Right.
Yeah, I
you don't
really,
have it on your phone.
Right. They're you know, the characters go to use payphones.
Right. Yeah.
You know, things like that.
Yeah.
So like I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Like I like John Green as a whole, and I've read multiple John Green books. I don't think he's the greatest writer, but I think he is good at being able to capture a thought process, and I think that works.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like, it's almost like still life paintings. Of like, he does such a good job of like capturing like specific moments. And it's like, this is going to mean something different to anybody that looks at it or reads it.
Yep.
The vast majority of people might just look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's just, some flowers in a vase. But for somebody that it does have impact for, or has been through like a similar situation or something like that, like, yeah, you're really going to like pull some stuff out of that. Like,
Yep.
Why did you read that book?
I read it because you read it.
Right.
And I read it because it's on a list, which I also think is why you read it too. It's on a list of like consistently banned books.
Right.
And I was like, why?
Yeah. That's honestly the only reason I read it. I mean, I looked at the list of books that were banned and I saw a John Green book.
Yeah.
And like, I've followed John Green long enough on YouTube through Crash Course and stuff like that, long enough to be like, why in the world would a book that he wrote be banned?
Well,
what could it have in it bad enough that it would need to be banned from a school library? I
listened to his podcast with his brother Hank, Dear Hank and John.
Yeah.
And they talk about it actually regularly enough that I've never read Looking for Alaska. And that's always the one that comes up where he kind of makes a joke about it now of like, well, that one's banned.
Right.
And people kind of, they write to him all the time. I'm sure he hears from publishers and popular media people about it.
Right.
So yeah, that's literally the reason I read it, especially because you read it and you were like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was really ironic for me in reading it, being that it's about a boy from Central Florida, where I currently live, who goes to Alabama, where I'm from.
Right.
The University of Central Florida that I graduated from gets a shout out in the book at some point. Like, it was so interesting, like just those kinds of like the simulation was like winking at me kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, like I want to read this because it's banned, and now it's like it's so familiar. Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it was like an entertaining enough book. It was familiar enough for me to like, I could see myself in the book.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed the book. It didn't have the ending,
right? Well, and that's kind of
that it had like a definitive like great ending to the book
that's
kind of a thing.
John Green
I don't really
thing.
know what it would be though.
No.
In thinking about the story, I don't know what I would have wanted out of it.
How would you? So Carol and I actually, there's a television show adaptation. It came out in 2019. It's a pretty good adaptation, man.
What's it on?
I think it's on Hulu. I think you can find it on Hulu.
Okay.
And it follows the novel pretty closely. Mm-hmm. There's some other choices that they make, but it's a good adaptation. And by the end of it, Carol basically said the same thing of like, yeah, but like it didn't end. And I've thought about this a lot since I read the book, and I don't think you're wrong. And having read other John Green, like that's something he's known for, of like he can't really end a book. Mm-hmm. So like I expected that going into it.
Right. I mean, do you think that that's like a choice on his part? Is he trying to like leave it like open to interpretation, like put your own ending on it? Like, what did you get out of it? And
no,
that's really what the ending of the book is what you get out of it.
I think in some ways, like again, just having listened to their podcast for so long and like, kind of quote unquote knowing him through that, it is like I think he's averse to endings because there's like this like finality to it.
Right. So like a Nolan thing?
Maybe a little bit, but I think it's more along the lines of like, think about the stories of our lives. Like those stories don't really have a definitive ending. We only know of that ending, generally in hindsight of like that thing ended. So like when you're in it, there really is no definitive like, and he walked off into the sunset kind of thing. So like endings like that, at least what I perceive of John Green, endings like that seem a bit trite. Endings are tough because where does that, how do you stop that story?
Right.
I
guess it's like it can be a cliche to put a tight little bow on it.
Right.
This is the moral to the story. This is where the character ends. Like you want to leave it open-ended, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I just remember finishing that book and just kind of being like, okay, all right, it's done. Like the book is done. I don't really know.
And I think that's in some ways like what he's going for. Like what you're reading is done, but the narrative is not.
Yeah, like that book was very much like we got to a pinnacle.
Yep.
In the story itself, and then we just went,
Yeah.
Like for the last, I don't know, 50 pages or so, like it's just kind of like, all right, tie it up, done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think honestly, I feel like it might just be that the pinnacle was so high,
Yes,
compared to the
and
rest
there's a
of the
lot
narrative,
build up to it.
Yeah, that it gets to that there just wasn't enough, and I mean, true to life,
Yeah,
I suppose, because like you're saying, like life does just kind of go on, and eventually, like you just have to kind of keep.
I think about it like
keep going.
You just did a big trip, right?
Yeah.
And so like there's all this build up to a vacation, and then you go on the vacation and you're at this pinnacle vacation, and you come home and you're like, well, that happened.
Yeah, back to it.
You know what I mean? So I think in some ways it mirrors that. I don't know if that's a cognizant choice on his part, but I think in some ways it mirrors that. And I'm not bothered by that, but I also like went into it with that understanding too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I say we end there on a book that we both read.
Well,
unless you got another one.
No, I don't have another one. But what are you currently reading?
Oh, currently, I've currently abandoned a book.
Oh,
no,
good on you.
I'm currently reading. I told you the third book of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
Right.
But I'm also reading. It's kind of hard to say.
It's not only that, but it's like, oh, I'm currently reading the Dungeon Crawler Crawl.
And I recognize that some people are like, no, you're listening to it. You're not reading it. I don't. We've had this conversation. We had that debate. Go back through some of our episodes. We've talked about this. I don't know where I fall. I consistently don't know if I'm actually reading or not when I'm listening to it. All that aside, I'm currently reading the third book. And I'm also reading.
Like if you go get in the car right now, is that what comes up?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally listened to it on the way over here.
Yep.
And I will on the way home. And I'm also reading a book of, I'm going to call them short stories by the Italian writer Italo Calvino, who is just bizarre, man. Like he's, I don't know if you've ever heard of anything by Italo Calvino, but he's written
a lot.
Yeah,
Actually,
you look like a Italo Calvino guy. Yeah. He wrote a book called The Non-Existent Night and If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler. The Non-Existent Night is about a suit of armor that has no knight in it. And it's about the hollowness of chivalry. And then If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler is a book about a book that happens within a book. You're welcome.
It's about a book that happens about a book within a book.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Crazy.
you are reading the book that is being written while someone is reading the book that you're writing.
Bookception.
Yeah. So anyway.
It's a never-ending story.
The never-ending story.
Turn around. Look at what you see. I have deep dived so far into Stranger Things within the past month.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Anyway, what are you reading?
Currently reading a book.
I never said the title. It's called Malcovado or Seasons in the City. It's the Italo Calvino. It's really good. It's short stories, easy. Anyway, so what are you reading?
I'm currently reading No Nonsense Spirituality.
Oh,
by Brittany Hartley.
Okay, that's the TikTok lady, right?
TikTok, Instagram. Yeah. She's making the rounds. She was just on Rainn Wilson's podcast.
Oh, I did see that.
I really want to go back and
I didn't listen to it, but I did see that she was on it.
Yeah, it literally just came out within the past week.
Yeah.
And while I was on vacay, I didn't have time to deep dive into it.
Sure.
But I will. Yeah, reading her book right now. I got introduced to her probably maybe 2 years ago on TikTok, back when I was TikToking. Got off of TikTok, lost her for a while, and then refound her on Instagram randomly. But then I think she's just kind of having a moment right now too. Like the book just came out recently, very recently. She brings up Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah. Last 2 or 3 months.
So it's just come out, but I've also seen a lot of people reference her and the book and some other things that I've been watching. So going through that right now, enjoying that. What's next on your?
Oh, dude, that's tough.
My next read list.
I'm going to tell you my, I have a rather large to be read pile.
Sure.
And I recognize that some people look at it why are you buying all these books that you might not get to? But I think it's I like to view it as possibilities.
Yeah, I've got mine right there.
I know, I can see it. So
I'll probably never read.
I have a lot of things that I want to read, but if I'm completely honest, I walk into the room where I keep those books or I have them in stacks and I just kind of go what hits me right now?
Sure.
Or if I'm watching something or I'm
you don't have one that you're just kind of itching to get to?
No.
All of that?
No, I really don't. I'd like to say that I do, but I really don't. Some of it is sparked by watching, Instagram book stuff.
Sure.
What about you?
I've got a few similarly books that I've got in the on deck circle.
Sure.
The Overstory, the book that I didn't get much out of. Right. A lot of that book was there was like a specific character in the book that was based off of this other person that really existed, and her book that she wrote. So I got that book. That is more like just like scientifically like tree based that I wanna read. So I've got that one. I've got another one that is like, it's like a book that I watched a podcast about a dude, and he seemed really interesting and liked what he had to say. So I grabbed his book. So I've got that one sitting there. He's like a New York Times dude.
Yeah.
I got that one sitting there. But honestly, like the one that I really want to read next is a novel.
Yeah.
I wonder if you've already read it, because I know you liked another book that he wrote.
Okay.
Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
Have you already read it?
I have.
Yeah. I want to get that next because like it's coming out.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer. It looks really interesting. I too read The Martian.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
I think based off of your recommendation.
Yeah.
And I think I read that before I saw the movie. And I genuinely do kind of like that. I like to read a book before I see the movie because the book's always better anyway.
Unless it's Jaws.
Unless it's
Jaws.
Oh, Jaws.
Yeah.
The movie's better than the book.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think I can give you an example of where I liked the movie better than the book, honestly. But I guess it's in that order.
I watched Jaws before I read the book. Yeah, but
okay,
like
that might
okay, you're
that
not
might
wrong.
But
I will say generally people will say that Jaws the movie is far better than Jaws the book.
Okay.
I've read Jaws the book. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not the movie.
Like I watched the entirety of Lord of the Rings before I read the books.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. Likewise.
And I'd probably say that the books are better.
Yeah,
just because it gives you more detail.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of the Harry Potter movies before I read the books.
Yeah. Not me. I did the other way, but yeah.
Every one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't start watching, honestly, I didn't start watching the movies until probably like the fourth movie.
Gotcha.
And then got into it and went back and watched
started reading
watched all the other ones. And then
I
by
see.
that point in time, I was like, yeah, this is actually pretty interesting shit. And then went back and read all of it.
Gotcha.
But would still say all of those books are better than those movies.
Yes.
Just in terms because like they
How
have
much
so
detail.
much more detail into it. And that's always the thing. I don't know if I can have an example like Jaws of where I saw the movie was better than the book because I read the book. I went back and tried to read the like Star Wars.
Yeah.
And just couldn't get through it because
but those
like
books came out after
and it wasn't like the movie wasn't based off the book.
No, the books were based on the movie, actually.
Yeah. And it was just like, okay, I see everything that's gonna happen.
Maybe Jurassic Park, but if I'm completely honest, like I know I've read Jurassic Park. I don't know if I've read the whole thing.
You know, it's weird. I've read a lot of Michael Crichton.
Yeah.
I've never read Jurassic Park. I never went back and read Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I read
maybe
Andromeda Strain. I read Timeline before that movie came out. And the book is so much better than the movie. I read Airframe. I don't think I ever read Jurassic Park, though.
I'd like to go back to it.
I feel like it's actually like fairly different from the movie.
You might be
from
right.
You might be right. Heard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a lot of stuff that got cut out. So like, yeah, I should.
Yeah, but Project Hail Mary is fantastic. He wrote, like you said, he wrote The Martian, but he also wrote Artemis, which is in between Project Hail Mary and The Martian. And it's like a moon-based kind of thing. It was fine, but Project Hail Mary it's really good.
Yeah, I apologize. We went on a big tangent there.
That's okay.
Like the whole point of wanting that is because like I saw the trailer and the trailer looks really great.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I want to read that before that movie comes out because I think it'll probably be a better thing.
Yeah.
Just because they usually are.
What's cool about this is...
And I love sci-fi. I love reading a good sci-fi.
Really early on, like as I'm reading... And I bought it literally like release day.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary. Release day, I got it.
Yeah.
As I'm reading, I'm like, this is going to make a fantastic movie. And when I finished it a day later,
right,
I was like, man, who's going to make this movie? Literally like Project Hail Mary movie, and Ryan Gosling was attached
already
to it.
attached. Wow.
Right away. I was like that is when I heard Ryan Gosling, I'm like, that's who I picture.
He's the protagonist.
Yep, he is. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
So I'm super excited for that. I'm
cool.
excited for you to read it too.
Yeah, that's gonna be my next read.
Yeah, cool.
On it.
You got anything else?
No. Good topic though.
Books are cool, man.
The glass is empty?
The glass is empty. Books are fun. We should read some more.
Yeah. We'll do this again.
Well, we'd love to know, what are you reading lately?
Yeah. Everybody's reading different shit.
Sure. Well, I hope so.
What shit are you reading? Let us know.
Let us know. What should we read next?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Love recommendations.
Speaking of recommendations, we both recommend the Ledaig 18-year.
Yeah, that's a great bottle. Gonna enjoy that one.
For sure. And have you had anything else by them?
Let us know.
You can get in touch with us through email. It's drepandstone@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us through social media.
It's always one word, Drep and Stone, the DREP and Stone. Come find it, like a thing, share a thing. We'll comment back on your things, and it'll be a great little conversation that we have privately on social media.
Or if you want to comment on stuff, we can have that openly. That's fine too.
For sure.
There's a lot of cool stuff going on social media.
Always and forever.
Maybe.
People Bryson song. Always and forever. It's not that. I don't know what it is.
When you said that, I thought of Reading Rainbow. I don't know why.
I don't know why, but like so many times on vacation, we sang that song.
The Reading Rainbow song?
Somebody would see a butterfly and look,
Butterfly
a butterfly
in the sky.
Butterfly in the sky.
I can go twice as high.
Just take a look.
It's in a book.
On Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. How appropriate for this episode.
Agreed. We'd love if you support the podcast. You can do so through our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/drepandstone. You can also rate Drep and Stone wherever it is you find great podcasts like this one. And finally, you can tell someone about Drep and Stone.
You too can tell a friend.
And you should do so right now.
Yeah, why not?
Just pause us. We're almost to the end.
Yeah, just wait till we finish up here.
Yeah, it's in 30 seconds maybe.
Yeah, here comes the theme song's already playing right now. I can hear it.
It is.
Yeah.
And tell someone about Drep and Stone. That's all I gotta do.
Yeah, done.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
May a glass overflow.
And your reading ass never show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.